Welcome to Solo Shot First, and today we're going to be having a look at the latest Stormtrooper from Star Wars. And I've got to say, I've been waiting for this one quite a while with a bit of anticipation. In terms of the card back, this is, this is as good as it gets, really, for collectors like myself. That is you've got obviously the Star Wars racetrack round the outside. Obviously, you've got the Stormtrooper on the red name pill, the red background behind the Stormtrooper itself, and that image obviously is pulled straight from Star Wars itself. You've got the Kenner logo in the bottom right as you look at it. The warning logo obviously in the top right as you look at it, and the 4+ age group obviously in that left-hand corner. And the other really lovely touch about this is obviously that image where you have Luke and Leia, sort of some of the original sort of artwork images from Star Wars from the film. So really, really stunning looking card back. This it comes obviously on that thicker card. So again, really, really nice. And obviously just a stunning looking card, stunning looking figure inside. Let's have a quick look at the back of the packaging. Okay, so this is VC231. And again, obviously on the back, you've got that lovely vintage collection logo, the Star Wars racetrack, and then you've got these other figures that are part of this wave. Now, I actually don't have any of those other figures currently. So obviously we're still, I know some people have managed to get a few, but you've got the Bespin security guard, which I believe is Helder Spinoza. You've got the Stormtrooper itself, the Imperial Gunner, which I think is pretty similar to the one that we've seen on the Rogue One card. The other Bespin security guard, Isdam Edian, I believe it's pronounced, and the R2-D2. So nice images on the back of the card. So yes, there's that legal information, but shame about that. Let's just have another look at the front of the card quickly. Okay, so just bringing it back round to the front, just to sort of give you another look at this card. For collectors obviously of the original 96. This is just a lovely looking card, and it's great to see the actual images that are pulled straight from the film. Whether they're on a slightly different backdrop or not, but I think obviously that is possibly part of the scene where I think they're sort of chasing Luke and Han and that all over the Death Star. But yeah, lovely looking card back, lovely looking figure inside. Not really too much more to say on that. If you're a carded collector, you're definitely really going to want this. Absolutely, you're going to want this figure. And if you're an opener, then you're going to want this too, because by all accounts, obviously this is the sort of most accurate Stormtrooper that we've had, and it does actually sort of come with that working holster apparently. So all we need to do now is get this figure out of the packaging and have a look. Okay, so here we have the figure out of the packaging. Look, what is not to like about Stormtroopers? If you're a fan of Star Wars, you're going to love these particular figures. I have heard sort of some people sort of mention about the colouring and whether it actually looks right, and maybe sort of some slightly different colours from the helmet to the armour. But the one obviously I've got sort of here in front of you, I hope these images do it justice, because this just looks really good. I don't sort of have anything negative necessarily to say about the figure. I mean, in terms of the articulation that you get with this, obviously part of the modern vintage collection, fully articulated. Obviously you've got articulation at the head, obviously on the hinge. You've got articulation at the shoulders, at the elbows, at the wrists, and it does actually have a hinge in the wrists, which is really nice to be able to get this figure in some really, really great poses. It has a swivel just above the waist, and then obviously you've got articulation just below the hips, at the knees, and this actually does have the rocker ankles. If there was one thing that I would say to you in terms of where this figure could be improved upon, is it doesn't actually come with that butterfly hinge. Obviously, it does have the articulation there, but you'd need to sort of swivel the thighs if you want to get those legs up like that. So that is just the one sort of small. It's not an issue, because at the end of the day, Most of these figures you're going to have on display in terms of like from an army building perspective, and most of the time you really sort of see Stormtroopers standing up. In terms of the look from the back, again, sorry, I'm going to struggle to get that to stand. Just a really nice looking figure from behind. And the one thing that obviously this was what I wanted to see, if I can bring it in to show you, that is a working holster. And this is the first time that I think, well, it is the first time that we've had this on any Stormtrooper. So that's a bit of a nice touch. At least you can finally get the blaster into the pouch. So the actual only accessory, sorry, let's try and get that out. So I've wedged it in there. Pop the figure back there. I can get him to stand. Yeah, so the only accessory that you do get with this Stormtrooper, which is probably as it should be really, is just his standard blaster. Just a plain black. No modifications on that. I suppose, you know, you could argue that could have been maybe a little bit more detailed. But, I mean, it's such a small weapon. And most of the ones that you see are black anyway, so I don't think that's a massive issue. As I said, the only thing that I would... if there was one improvement that you could make with this, it would be to do with those butterfly hips. But at the end of the day, it's such a small issue. So this is a really fantastic looking figure. I can't sort of say anything about it sort of negative really. Other than that, it's like anything else with these. It's just you wish they were more readily available. You know, perhaps once they've... Hasbro have managed to sort of get these out. Perhaps we could see this sort of type of Stormtrooper in that sort of Army Builder 4-pack, because the ones that they did originally were difficult to get hold of. Now, obviously, they've updated this slightly with the working holster. That would be a nice touch down the line. At the end of the day, these sort of figures should always be readily available as an Army Builder, and I think that's sort of some of the frustration that certainly like myself has. Some of these figures can be quite difficult to get hold of, but really nice looking figure, really nice looking cardback VC231. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, there will be more videos coming shortly. If you've got any questions or you want to make any comments on this figure, please leave them in the comments section below and I'll come back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye for now.